Sip Sudeep again. Sip Raju, Sip Kumar Swami, Sip Pankaj, Sip Rajan, Sip Gliko, Sip Sagai, Sip Rekha, Sip Atmatray, Sip Bliss, Sip Kundan, Sip Paratiyama, Sip, I think it's Meera, Sip Yogini, and Sip Raju, and I'm unable to see the others who are crawling into the call. But welcome. Welcome to all of you. So today we have an interesting topic. What is the topic today? The administrator is putting up the topic. Can a person be born with no soul? Ashok Chotwani has already put his hand up from the beginning. Thank you, Ashok, for being the champion. I always like champions. Can a person be born with no soul? Ashok Chotwani and then Vivek. Yes, let me hear your story.
Yeah. A person can never be born without soul because soul is power, energy. Without that power, yeah.
Somebody told that when the person is born, then after 4 hours the soul comes. There's no soul in the beginning. Soul comes afterwards.
No, first soul comes, then body builds.
But who told like that?
No, we have learned, sir. Without entering soul, body does not come, sir.
So tell me when the soul comes.
When the two cells of mother and father fertilize, then soul enters and it becomes zygote and body will start to build, sir.
But if you tell somebody, they will not agree to you, Ashok. They will tell what is this you're talking is no sense. They will not agree. They will say, many Swamis are giving many videos in YouTube. The soul comes after 3 months, the soul comes after 4 months, the soul comes at the time of the birth. How do you say? What is your logic?
Actually, sir, the person who has realized, he will come to know that soul enter first.
So we should be very clear. So Ashok Chotwani, your answer may be right, but we have to have very clear. Suppose I tell you that in this chai there is whiskey. There is no whiskey, but just if I tell you in the chai there's whiskey, will it become whiskey? No, I have to be able to logically explain. So let us try to understand, is there a soul? If there is a soul, when the soul comes, how the soul comes. Let us listen to Vivek and Bliss. Ashok, you can also think a little bit more. Your answer is right, Ashok. Your answer is not wrong. I'm just trying to get the picture clear. Vivek.
शिवम AiR.
शिवम Vivek.
हाँ, मेरा जवाब है कि सोल के साथ ही कोई भी पैदा होता है तो सोल आत्मा के साथ ही पैदा होता है. जो बिना आत्मा के पैदा होता है वो मृत शरीर होता है.
हाँ. Now Vivek is adding one more point. कि अगर if you are born without soul, then you are still born. English में बोलते हैं विवेक इसको बोलते हैं still born. Still born मतलब जैसे आप बोलते हैं मृत शरीर. क्या बोले? मृत शरीर.
हाँ जी.
मृत शरीर means dead body. Basically, I think means dead body. Correct?
हाँ जी.
So it's important to understand कि आदमी जो है वो मृत शरीर क्यों पैदा होता है? Why is the person born still born? Is it because of the soul or some other reason?
हाँ, क्योंकि उसके अंदर सोल नहीं होती, आत्मा नहीं होती, तभी वो डेड पैदा होता है. अगर होती है तो जिंदा पैदा होता है.
Okay, but ये आपका कहना है.
हाँ.
तो इसका क्या लॉजिक है, प्रूफ है, कैसे समझे ये बात को? How do we understand this point? Because in the journey of enlightenment, soul is very important.
हाँ जी.
Not SOLE. Soul भी दो होते हैं. SOUL and SOLE. एक तो चप्पल का सोल होता है.
हाँ जी.
You know, some people they think ये चप्पल का सोल को SOLE है. और जो spiritual soul है वो SOUL.
हाँ जी.
तो ये सोल का स्टोरी कहाँ से शुरू होता है, कब सोल आता है, कैसे आता है, सोल क्या है, how it comes, when it comes. So we have to understand. Let us ask Bliss and then Gautam. Yes, Bliss.
Hello, Shiva.
Yes, Bliss. Shivoham, tell me.
I think everything in this world, I need soul. Baby soul born in the first second when the ovule meet the sperm and the spark come there. And we all need this for survive because soul is the energy of everything.
But why you say this? Because you listen to one madman named AiR, one crazy man called AiR. You listen to him and you say,
No.
Then how do you
I'm
prove
true.
it?
How I can prove it?
Yeah.
Because that in everything, sit and it's a power, and power is everything and an all thing. It's like molecule in everything, and all is defined by molecule, and SIP give molecule. I don't know how to say in English, but specify function.
You tell in French?
Fonction principale. En fait, ça veut dire que SIP, c'est une énergie et l'énergie est partout et c'est ce qui fait en fait que le monde peut exister présentement et qui définit tout.
Anybody understand what she is talking? Sudeep Bhargava, Girish, you understand what she is talking? That's why sometimes we tell people don't talk French or don't talk Greek because we don't understand. So Bliss, what you say is correct. But in today's call, we are trying to understand the relevance of the soul. When does the soul come into existence? How does the soul come into existence? We must try to understand because we are all seeking enlightenment. And when we are seeking enlightenment, it is important for us to be absolutely clear, not 99%. We should be more than 100% clear. I want that kind of clarity. And today our subject is on the soul. So each one of you, please give your thoughts. Don't just imagine you know it, but each one of you come, talk what you understand. Can we be born with no soul? Can we be born? I don't know. I don't know whether we can be born. Let's ask Gautam. Can a person be born with no soul? Gautam?
It's sure, Mayor.
Sure.
जो मेरा जो आंसर है, आई थिंक सोल का मतलब पावर, so supreme immortal power. So soul is never born and never dies.
Can a person be born without soul? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can be born without soul.
Yes. No. Without soul, the soul is everywhere.
Can a person be born without soul?
Yes, he can. He will be born with soul.
No, without soul.
Without soul, nahi. No.
Why? Why do you say cannot be
because
born without soul?
soul is everywhere. जब वो born होते हैं उसके अंदर soul आ जाता है ना.
Can somebody explain to me? I am happy to see our dear Sunil Chittal. He is not in India, but he's going through some small medication. What has Sunil Chittal got as our master? We wish you speedy recovery, Sunil. We hope to see you back in India soon. Are you reading the message? So I saw just a message from Sunil flashing. Just tell me. So because I want some intelligent thoughts. Chidanand, that is Sunil Chittal. Sip Paramatma is everything. Subtler soul's Atma reflects as Chidabhasha in the gross body. Sip soul body. We cannot be born without soul. So our master, dear Sunil Chittal, who's in Chidanand, he's not in India and he went on some work and he has a small medication being happening there, but he's fine and he will soon come back to India. So now he's given us the point. I'm asking you a question. Can a car run without a battery?
No,
Why not? Why cannot car run without battery?
because if there is no battery, car cannot run.
Why can't you people be clear? Be clear. Can a mobile work without a battery? Can a mobile phone work without battery?
No.
You need the power supply. Without power supply, can any bulb come on? Can a TV come on? Can any gadget, can anything come on without power supply? So why are we so confused? What is the power supply of a human being?
Soul.
Do we have battery?
No. Sip.
UPS, battery, wire. रेखा आपके पास क्या है? वायर कुछ है? वायर है आपका?
No. Soul, Atma, sip.
How do you know?
That
How
energy.
How do you know there's a soul? I'm asking you a question. I'm provoking you. How do you know there's a soul?
I wouldn't be alive, AiR, if I didn't have a soul.
Perfect. That is an intellectual answer. Thank you. Perfect answer. If there was no soul, I would be dead. What happens? What is the difference between just today? Somebody in Bangalore, I got a news just now. Ting tong, एक आदमी स्वर्गवास हो गया. क्या बोलते हैं? स्वर्गवास. ऐसे बोलते हैं? स्वर्गवास. जैसे कोई स्वर्ग चले गया. I got a message. ये Mr. Dinesh Ranka was स्वर्गवास हो गया. He's a known person to us. Namaskar. So, what is the difference between this gentleman Dinesh Ranka, जो आज सवेरे जिंदा थे, and Dinesh Ranka, कुछ समय पहले, he is no more. What is the difference? Something has left. We don't know what. Some people may say Atma, soul, spirit, Ruh. Ruh Mataji will say Ruh. So this, whether you say Ruh or it is the light, it is the life, it is the power, it is that energy. The person is no more, the person is gone. So what is that power? And can a person be born without that? That is the question. I want clarity. Why a person, I'm saying, suppose somebody came and tell you, no, a person can be born perfectly 9 months. Somebody says, you don't know. Sudeep Bhargava, you don't know. 9 months, the child is alive on the mother's soul. Have you not heard this? After 9 months of the mother's soul, then when it's coming outside, as it's coming out of the mother, the soul comes. As long as it is in the mother's womb, it is the mother's soul. Who can explain this to me? This is what somebody's theory is. Sudeep Bhargava, is it true that mother's soul is there up to 9 months? After 9 months, only when coming out, because the child is connected to the mother with the umbilical cord. That is the soul of the mother in the child. You agree?
Connected with the cord, but the actions that the child is doing cannot be done with the power coming through the cord. There is no power to power connection. Umbilical cord is also connected to the stomach of the child only. So there's no power transmission happening. So how is the child moving the hands and the legs?
To the power of the mother, to the soul of the mother.
No, soul of the mother, how is the power getting transmitted to the stomach? If it was attached to the heart or something, I could have understood.
No, so you tell me now. I am questioning you. You tell me. I'm provoking you.
Okay, so if I have to charge my laptop, I have to put the charging point into the socket meant for the charger. I cannot put it in the USB point. So if at all mother's soul had to power the child, if it was possible, the power in the child should have been near the heart. So then maybe might have made sense. But I'm 100% sure that mother's soul is not driving the child. Definitely not.
But you should be able to explain.
Guruji.
Mataji. Mataji.
Guruji, actually the nutrition is supplied by the mother.
Okay.
The embryo is getting the energy from the mother, that is keeping the embryo alive.
What about
Though the soul is soul comes when the egg and sperm unites and zygote is formed, but the source of nutrition is the mother. Whatever mother is eating, the fetus is getting the energy from it. So, energy is required to keep it alive.
Agreed. Energy is required even for a human being, even for you and me. We may have a soul, but only soul say we cannot be alive. The soul is the power, but we need calories, we need food, we need drink. Okay, have you heard? Next question we'll have tomorrow. Without food and drink, can a person be alive on the soul energy? Possible?
Only for 1, 2 days, 3 days, or maximum जो सन्यासी वगैरह होते हैं, they have done the tapasya and they can live for longer time. But a human being can live on stored energy for 2-3 days, I think.
कुछ limit है. कोई ऐसा story बोलेगा 1 week, 10 days. We don't know. According, you know something? Last time I told you. For how long can you live without oxygen? Rumataji, you know? For how long?
We cannot live. We cannot live.
For how long? Suppose somebody comes and puts a pillow on your mouth. For how long will you still be alive?
No, immediately that person will die because the supply of oxygen is cut. Whatever may be the reason.
How many hours? How many hours you will die?
But suppose a murderer is killing someone, putting the pillow on the nose and presses it, immediately the person is gone. When
minutes?
the supply of oxygen is cut, whatever time he has taken to do that action.
No, it takes 4 to 6 minutes. It takes 4 to 6 minutes for the brain and the heart to be dead without oxygen.
Okay. Okay.
ये मैंने पढ़ा. In the recent few days मैंने पढ़ा. Up to 4 to 6. Suppose you are in a closed room 4 to 6 minutes and you're unconscious. You can still be revived. You can still be revived because 4 to 6 minutes is the capacity for us to live without oxygen. But what we are trying to say, we are trying to understand. Good, Rumataji took a good deviation to the subject. We have to understand what is the connection of soul. Soul se kya hota hai? What happens with the soul? So Girish, you are ready to say something. Yes, Girish.
A child inside mother's womb has independent heartbeat.
Good.
If the mother dies, immediately the child can be removed and saved.
Very good. Amazing.
If the child is kept for long, then child will die, obviously. So this shows that they have independent
existence,
power supply.
Yes. Good. Very good point. My dear friends, I would like you to ask some questions today, so please get ready with your questions. Let me close this discussion with a few points. Point 1. The soul or the power is what commences our journey. When two cells become one, a spark of energy, you call it Ruh, Atma, soul, whatever you call it. That spark is what causes the cells to multiply. From 1 cell to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, till it becomes trillions of cells. Our parents have no role to play in this. It is an automatic process. And it is the soul energy. The moment the soul departs, there's death. This is what we have to, how many times I tell you, you need to realize this. You are not this body. You are not the mind. You are not body, mind, ego. You are the divine soul. Without the soul, there can be no existence. What Rekha Parvani said, without the soul, you'll be dead. Without the soul, there cannot be any life in a person. Therefore, I have brought, because This is when you realize this, then you come to the realization, I am not Ashok Chotwani. I am the spark. What Ashok Chotwani started, I am that spark in which Ashok Chotwani's body after zygote was created. Then when the baby was born, my mother and father called me Ashok, and Chotwani is my family name. I became Ashok Chotwani, but I am not Ashok Chotwani. The reality is I am not Ashok Chotwani. I am just that spark. And if we realize we are that spark, that is enlightenment. When we realize we are that spark, then we realize nothing is mine. Nobody is mine. Then we reach that state of liberation, free from misery. Body may suffer. I will not let the mind suffer. Mind make me suffer. I will not let the ego make me suffer. My dear friends, this is the beginning. Why every now and then I bring back this discussion? This is what we call Neti Neti Tattvamasi. This is what they call Koham, 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 Soham, Soham. In Iceland, I'm just finishing my book, Realizations of a Yogi. In this, I'm writing all these things as to when will we realize we are the Atma, we are the Ruh, we are the soul. If we don't realize it, that means we will just live and we will die. If we don't realize who am I, then you don't realize why I am here. When will you ask the question why I am here? Only when you answer the question first, who am I? If you say I am Ashok Nichani, if you become Ashok Nichani, then you'll say my job is to take care of Nichani family. My job is to take care of Nichani wealth. My job is to protect the Nichani name. My job is to take care of Nichani gadi, cars and scooters, and then one day, Nichani will die. What is my purpose? First, understanding, I am not Ashok Nichani. Ashok Nichani name came later. First, a baby was born. Baby came later. First, the soul came alive. I am that Atma. I am that Atma in Ashok Nichani. I am the soul in Ashok. This is the realization we need. Okay, let's go on to other questions, because every day we don't have to stick to this question. Today we have 10-15 minutes. Ask me questions about life, about enlightenment, about happiness, about sorrow, about problems, about religion, about spirituality, about moksha, nirvana. Of course, I think tomorrow we have a topic, tomorrow's subject at 7, tomorrow's Thursday or Friday? Tomorrow, Friday, we have a subject on moksha. Tomorrow is still Thursday. One more day. I forget the day when I'm traveling. But Friday, we will be talking on moksha. So I want you to question me. Some tough questions which you have no doubt, you have no answer. I want you, today I'm challenging you. Ask me a question which I can't answer. You ask me such a tough spiritual question, I should not have answered. Come on. Ask me some impossible question. All of you are on this call every day, na? Today, ask impossible question. Pawan.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Pawan.
So my question is, as I came into the session when you're talking about, mother's soul being shared with the child, and I from my part, I think it's not true, because it has a separate, as it got proved in the group while discussing. Just one question which I want to ask you is that, there are some beings which get cut into half, and then they get to separate this one, like individual. It's some insect, I've seen it, like there's something like that. So when the insects get cut in half, it becomes two individual this thing, insects. Yeah. So there, how does this soul part work in? Like that was just a doubt in mind.
I'm not very much aware of this. One being gets cut into two, but I'm sure there must be. We see in plants, don't we see in plants? One plant can get the root of one plant can become separate, and the two plants can grow. We see it, so we see the root. So the point is that the soul power can be separated. This is what it shows. It doesn't normally happen in human being, right? From Pavan, I cannot make Pavan into, I cannot make tomorrow Pavan and Pavani. So you cannot, I cannot make you tomorrow, science will come. But science is trying to do that, no? Science is trying to clone. Science is trying to take Pavan to the laboratory and from Pavan they're trying to make Pavan and Pavani. Then I don't know, they clone from Pavan to Pavani. I don't know how that is going to happen. But this is not
how does the soul part
spirituality.
work in? Because Pavan has one soul, right? Like when it gets cloned, how does it? I don't know if the cloning is real, but even though in the imagined world, if it's real, how does this thing work?
Good question, Pawan. Good. Sometimes you come with very interesting points. So understand one thing. We have to go by our spiritual wisdom. As per spiritual wisdom, birth is controlled by karma. And the moment the birth is controlled by karma, there is no chance of you dividing, separating that. Unless the karma gets divided, unless the law of karma permits it, then only the birth can happen, because it needs karma. Without karma, birth is not possible. Every birth is controlled by karma. So if the law of karma permits it, very good. But if the law of karma does not permit it, it's not possible. Please understand, Pawan, you were born not because the will of God, not because of your mother and father. You were born because of your own karma. You are Pawan not because your father or mother made you Pawan. They gave name of Pawan. But you ask them whether they decided the shape of your kidney, or they decided what will be the number of nerves going into your heart and brain. Did your mother and father decide? Do they have any idea?
No, it's not, because it's out of their control. Actually.
Yeah, good. It's beyond, and we all know it, but we don't realize it. If we realize it, no, Pawan, we'll be liberated. Today we are miserable, we are crying, we are unhappy. For what reason? You know reason? We think we are the body, mind, ego. We think we are the body, mind, ego. The moment we realize we are the soul, the moment you realize you are not Pawan, but you are Rip. Rip means Ru in Pawan. Suppose you realize you are Rip, the Ru in Pawan. Or Sip, soul in Pawan. Or soul in Pawan. Then you are completely free. You are completely free.
Just like I'm playing a role. It's just like I'm playing a role here, and it'll go one day.
So let's ask some more tough questions. We have an Insta question. Somebody from Instagram, Rekha Parvani, I'm coming to you next. In Instagram, Krishnapriya Anuj asks the question, why people do bad with good people? People do bad with good people because of their mind. Because of the mind. The only reason we do bad, whether we do bad with bad people or we do bad with good people, is only the mind. The body will not do bad. The intellect will not do bad. It is the mind. The mind creates the ego. We have to be, I have often told you all, I call it the shaitan mind. Why do I call shaitan mind? Because the mind is a rascal. The mind is our biggest enemy. It is the mind that creates thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create action. So if we are doing any action, it is only because of the mind. If we are in consciousness and we use the intellect, then the intellect will stop the bad action. The job of the intellect is to stop the bad action. But when we don't have intellect and we have only mind in command, then the shaitan takes charge. That's the problem. Rekha Parvani and then Bliko.
Shivam, AiR.
Sure, Rekha.
We are born because of our karma, but we are manifestation of the SIP.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's like, this is another example that we cannot be born without a soul.
No, how is it an example? You are a manifestation of SIP. That is the soul. But the one who was born is not the SIP who is born. The SIP is birthless and deathless. Don't think the soul is born. The soul only gives energy to Rekha Parvani who was born. The soul is never born.
Yes, soul is always there everywhere.
Yeah. The soul is the manifestation. When you say we are manifestations, it means we are the soul. Because we are ignorant, we carry karma and we come to earth in a birth because of our ignorance. You know, the amount of real knowledge all of you have, if only you remain in consciousness, you can reach enlightenment.
Yes,
if only you concentrate, huh?
We need consciousness.
And
100%.
for consciousness, you need concentration. For concentration, you need to cut the junk and become a monk. You have to go from thought to thoughtlessness, from intellect concealing to intellect revealing. You have to go from God and lip to God is sip. You have to go from confusion to conclusion.
Bhoga to yoga.
All those things we spoke about. We spoke about 13 points. Then you will go from rebirth to liberation, provided you go from knowledge to enlightenment. So it is that is why we keep on repeating these things. Every time you're free, you know, yesterday, what happened? I was reading hearing some story, video of Swami Chinmayananda. Suddenly, some YouTube video came, and this fellow, Mera Naam Hai Oberoi, Anil Kapoor, and the other actor. My God, the one actor, second actress, this one actress, she was dating one guy, and then she goes with this Oberoi guy, and for 15 minutes I got zapped. I went into mind state. What is the movie? I don't remember. What's the movie? Some movie, and then her boyfriend goes to look for her. The man thinks he's a waiter, and he tells him, "You're a waiter." You all must have seen this movie. But Kareena Kapoor, I think. My point is to all of you: the moment we get into this, we are lost. I got lost. 15 minutes I was watching a movie. I'm telling you, I don't know where I went. Then I shook myself up and came out. I said, nonsense. Pagal. Because it can take you on and take you and take you and take you. Sometimes you keep watching and keep watching and keep watching. You must be doing, Rekha, once in a way you must be watching, no? Huh? How often you watch a movie, 3 hours movie?
I don't watch movies. I don't like movies anymore. Serials sometimes I watch.
Saas bhi kabhi bahu thi.
No.
So we have to be careful, because the moment we get carried away, I use the word carried away by the mind, then we lose consciousness. When we lose consciousness, we cannot remain in the state of enlightenment. We cannot remain in the state of Sat Chit Anand. Thank you. Bliko and then Raja.
Shivam, my audible. Actually, you gave answer, but I still want to ask in a different way. That you said the anubhuti means realization is going to happen. Anubhuti ye ho jati hai apne aap. That is what your song is, right? So anubhuti is going to happen anytime when you are in consciousness, right? Then the mind is also parallel, always present, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
So this anubhuti is going to happen with the mind also, or only with the intellect, and how it will function, it will start, because your mind you will control your mind, that is there to remain in consciousness. So this anubhuti is going to happen in intellect, or in how it will happen, because it has to happen somewhere, right?
Bliko, as long as there is a mind, there can be no anubhuti. As long as there's a mind, there can be no consciousness. Just yesterday we spoke, no, Bliko. We said thought and thoughtlessness. We spoke. When there is thought, intellect is conceived. When there is thoughtlessness, intellect is revealed. When there is thought, there is confusion. When there is intellect, there is conclusion. You please read those 13 points. When there is thought, it is mithya. When there is intellect, it is satya. You go through the points, my dear Bliko. Can I ask you a question, Bliko? What is the mind?
Mind is the thoughts.
Mind is a bundle of thoughts.
Bundle
So
of
when
thoughts,
the
yeah.
bundle of thoughts becomes thought by thought, it becomes
One by
a
one.
thought controlled by the intellect.
Mhm.
It is in that state of intellectual mind control, in that state where there is no mind but only thought.
Thought.
And the thought comes one by one to the intellect, like fish swimming in the ocean of consciousness, like a cable in Switzerland. I know how many of you have seen in Switzerland. There are cable cars. There
Yes.
are cable cars. I mean, India also you must be seeing in Dehradun and in Gulmarg. There are cable cars. Only one goes in the cable,
Goes, yeah.
one by one. In the cable car, only one by one trolley goes in the cable. All cannot go.
No.
So that is the method. The method is only when the moment there is thought, even the most intelligent person is brainwashed. The moment we are controlled by thought, I'm telling you, the most intelligent person becomes the most idiotic fool. We make wrong decisions by the mind. There can be no anubhuti. There can be no enlightenment. There can be no realization. Because the mind will not let you. Bliko, the mind is the enemy of enlightenment. The mind is the enemy of realization. It will not allow you.
So the practice is to just control the mind and make it still and watch one by one thought and allow only one by one thought pass through the mind
method,
in
the
the
method
intellect.
is only
In the
one.
intellect.
The method is too, what you're giving is too long method. The method is only one. Be in consciousness. What all you said happens in consciousness. So what should the method, what should the goal be, Bliko? We should be in consciousness. If we are in consciousness, Bliko, that is it. Once you're in consciousness, Bliko, what it means? Thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness means no mind. No mind means automatically you will be liberated, you will be enlightened. So we have one or two more questions. Dasi Budrani, is it karma? A very good person, almost an angel, suffers. Only karma, Dasi. There can be no other reason. Why apples grow on apple? Why are apples growing on the apple tree, Dasi? Only one reason. You planted the seed. Why are there thorns in your garden, Dasi? Only one reason. You planted thorns. As the seed, so is the fruit. As the deed, so is the destiny. Have no doubt about it. There can be no other reason other than karma. Shunya, what is the biggest lie the human beings live? The biggest lie the human beings, Shunya, the biggest lie that we human beings have to overcome is I am I. I am not I. This is the biggest reality. We believe I am I. The moment you think I am I, that's the biggest lie. What is the biggest lie? To believe I am I. What is the truth? I am not I. I am not I. I am the divine soul. So, Chidanand, one more. Sunil said that when body is in pain at that moment, why realization is lost in that moment? Is it karma wanted us to bear the pain? No, my dear Sunil Chittar, my dear Chidanand. When we are in pain, we are tested to lose our anubhuti. But if we are in anubhuti, you can experience. Just be in consciousness, be in yoga, and the pain cannot touch you. If you just try, put on the song. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Get lost, get into the trance. Lose the connection with the body, mind, and ego. My dear Chidanand Sunil, please try it. Be in Chit Anand. Be in that Chit Anand. You are not the body. My dear Sunil, you are in the body, but you are the divine Atma. You are the divine soul. You are not, your body is just like the garment you are wearing, the shirt you are wearing. The body is experiencing pain. I understand the body is experiencing pain, but you are not the body. You are not to experience the pain. You are above the pain. You are the Atma which is beyond pain. The pain cannot touch you. The pain can only touch you if the mind comes into existence. The moment you transcend the mind and you are in the state of Sat Chit Anand, there will be no pain. The body will suffer the pain, but you are sure the body is having the pain. I am okay. The body is having pain. I am perfectly okay. Keep telling this. I am perfectly okay. I am perfectly okay. I am the Atma. I am the Atma. I have no pain. With this repetition, you will transcend the pain. I hope you will come back to us on this. Thank you, Rajan and Yogini, before we close. Rajan, quickly.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Birth takes place because of karma, to experience the result of karma. Then why a child dies inside the womb without experiencing the result of karma on earth?
So that is again karmic. That is also, how do you know the child is not suffering? How do you know the child dying in the womb has not suffered? Who told you the child has not suffered?
That I don't know.
I'll put you inside one womb and you will try tomorrow.
Okay.
So please don't presume. We should not presume. And karma knows, Rajan, we should not have to worry about this. That is the role of karma. But it is karma. The child dies. We can talk tomorrow a little bit more in detail. Yogini, before I close, you want to say something?
Sure, sir. So during COVID, like everyone used to say, sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. But at that time, we were all so confused that we forgot to go inside, like how to sanitize our inner part, this one.
Because we are so worried about the outer, no? We are so worried about the outer. That's why so many lipstick companies are working and nail polish. How many people are doing nail art and nail polish? Millions of people. We are decorating the outside because we think we are the outside. But we are not the outside.
But this how to sanitize inside, sir?
First anubhuti must come. Why I wear only white? Why I don't put any nail? I don't wear any gold chain. I don't wear anything. I stop putting hair dye. Nothing. Why? When the realization comes, when the anubhuti comes, you will automatically stop the outside sanitizing and you will look inside. Sorry for the late conclusion. I bow down to you.